All right. I think it's now okay. So we're going to continue from where we stopped. I think I'm going to name the videos maybe video 1A and B, something like that. So we want to write something here. Let's say let's just name it something. Let's say login, user login, for example, or say root user login, for example, root user login window. All right. This is kind of we want to create JFrame. You know, by doing this, it will automatically create a kind of it will create a class for us with this name. You know, formerly we were the ones doing the hard-coded way. So this is what it has generated for us. Okay, this is what we have, and if you look at it very well, we have a class with the name of the what? The JFrame written. It extends JFrame, right? So it picks the class and it extends it, and then you have what we call content pane, and of course there are some little things. I think let me reduce the appearance. I think color and font. Okay, I think it is reduced. So with this now, can you see something it called launch the application?
Yes.
And you know, I told you when we were developing it ourselves that if you are developing it yourself, the source code, the codes you're going to be writing will be much smaller than when the machine is developing it for you. This is the main class, and then this is the constructor, is it not? Huh? This is the constructor. This is where things are being initialized. So only if you have studied the hard-coded way that you understand this. For those who are not introduced to that we're going to take a class for that. So then, so this is the source code. Let's study some things here. Please, if you come down to the at this button of the something here, you see two things: the source and what? The design. So when you click, this is the source. This is the source code for whatever design you want to generate. As it is now, no any design has been done. If you click on design, you see it has to take time for it to open. When it is created newly, this is the tradition. It will take time to open the design for you. So here, instead of you developing it there with your hard-coded way of development, you'll be dragging. So it has opened. Let me reduce the magnification to what our window can accommodate. Okay, good. So this is what we have. Please let's go through a tower here to understand what is happening. This is component. This is our what JFrame. If I click on this, this becomes highlighted. So this is our window. Okay. So if I click, this becomes highlighted, and then if I click on content pane, then the content pane is within the JFrame. Even though we have what we call JPanel, right? All right, JPanel, you are the one creating JPanel and stuff. But everything, when you are dragging, dropping, if you're using window builder, everything is under the content pane. Then content pane is on, it's added on the JFrame. So this is the first thing you need to understand, because the idea when you are using hard-coded is different from this. In the hard-coded way of developing desktop application, we only have JFrame and then the JPanel. So now there's something introduced called content pane. That is your content, the entire content, even the JPanel is on it if you want to use JPanel. So now let's understand some things. This is what we call properties. This property, it is a property that it's something that displays the property of whatever selected. Like in CorelDRAW, if you click on a given component or a tool, it gives you property bar that displays the properties of something. So this is exactly, so the selection now is on what? It's on content pane. So this is now the content. Can you see variable name? Content pane. This variable name is the name you've been given to variables. For example, if I want to use txt name, so that txt name is the variable something. That's why if you check from here, from the source, come up here, can you see we have something what JPanel, and then we call it what content pane. So you see the content pane, it's a panel itself, but then the name is what? Content pane. But it is a panel. We stated right from onset that somebody can use more than one panel. You can use one panel, you can position one panel on top of another one. You can have a bigger panel, then you create many more smaller panels depending on what you're doing. So this is the bigger panel you're going to have on the builder, and then as it is, I think it is understood. What is happening there, Victor? What are you doing? I'm not connected with the power. You've removed something right now. Connect my charger directly, so we don't have problem with this. You've been touching things there, that's why it's not stable. I don't know what's wrong with you. Quickly connect it. No, not from there. Just connect my charger direct. You've been interrupting this. I don't know why. I don't know whether you are also part of the black men we just talked about. Just now, that is it. We don't listen. So this is the constructor. I know everyone knows that this is our constructor. So root user, it is a method that picks the name, that assumes the name of what? The class itself, right? With the public and all these initializations and all that. So we don't have anything here yet. So let's start doing some things. If you click on the design, it takes you here where you start. So what we do, we have to, first of all, the first thing you need to do is to talk about the kind of layout you want to use. If I click on the frame, can you see the property changed? So if I click on the content pane, so content pane, as we have seen, it is a panel. It's a JPanel, a special JPanel, bigger JPanel. So the first thing I do is to change the layout to something that will give you. If you pick absolute, it will take anything you're doing. All right, absolute layout. This is the first thing you do. I've seen some people doing something. Anybody that asks questions from them, no, don't even ask me questions. Continue with your work. So from here, I've changed the layout. So if I click on this, let me give it name as it is. No title is given. So if you want to do anything, you come to the properties. If you move down here, you see title here. Give it let's say we said root user, right? Yes. Root user login. Then you press enter or click out. By the time you do that, can you see it displayed here? Yes. Root user login. All right. So then there are a lot of things you could. I don't have time now, but in our subsequent lectures, we're going to do lot of many things here. If you need a background, a color, you just click, and just give it something maybe like this. But it will not show now until when you run it. This is kind of simulation of what you're doing. It's just a design. It's not what you actually do. But if I run it right now, you see what if you just say run as something what, and then when you run it, you see all that you. Okay, I don't know why. Okay, background color supposed to have appeared, but I don't know why it's not there. Okay, background of what? Background. Sorry, this is not the background I wanted to use. This is the one I'm supposed to use. That's why sometimes, can you see it has even appeared down there? Okay, so and I have to save it, then run it. And you know, from the hard-coded way, if you want to put in background to a given something, you know, you're going to work. You know, of course, there is something you have to write codes. I don't know, maybe because we haven't inserted anything. Let's continue. This is not the main thing. Let's continue first. All right, so let's add. If you like, you can add panel on it. You drag your panel. That is another panel on top. If you don't, you can just continue with the main panel. Okay. So I don't know, what have I done? I was intending to put in. Okay, this is okay. It's all right. So if I click on this JFrame, so it tells me this is where I am. I've inserted this, and this is content pane. So if I click on content pane, it changes to this. This is my variable name, content pane. I can go with this. It's okay, no problem. Content pane. And then if I need, let's say, a level in here, also for this, the border, whatever, foreground, background color is okay. So if I want a label, let's say for the user, I think we're developing for this. You pick a level here. What is it? Where is it? J label. Just click and then you click here. So when you click, then you drag. Give it name, then you drag. Can you see if I click? I want to stretch it somewhere. Whenever this magnifier is on, the mouse tends to misbehave, but I'm just trying to. So if this, you know, if I want to go by this username, then you enter username as a text here. Or if I can go by what we are having as what in the board on the board here. I think whichever one you like. Let's go by this. Then now, if I click on it, then can you see the variable name label what? New label. So you give it, let's just say variable name username. This is what I want to be using it internally. And then for the name, you see it's saying this is text. That's what's going to display for user. Let me say user what? Username. No, not txt. This is a label. This is just a label. Okay, it's just a label. This is what it displays here for the user. Okay, so if you want it capital, you write as it is, as you want. If you want to increase the font size, you move down to the font. Where is it? Font. Give it something. You can even give it a different font type, and maybe 16, for example. And click out and save. When you save, can you see it has changed to that? I think it would be good for us to just introduce. Let's just do it the way it is on the board, so we don't confuse others. So that means I'm going to use what? Semicolon or full colon. Do it like this. Let me maintain Tahoma so I don't keep changing things. The font. So you see, this is more like just design. That's why they call it design even. You just designing, you are not, but then you're going to write code to implement what you want. Then you pick your text field. Sorry, click on it. Where is it? Can you see it is aiding me to align? All right. Can you see some grid lines? Yes. We shall come for alignment and all these padding between element, but this is not what I wanted. Where I wanted. Can you see it's giving me the baseline? Can you see? Then I release. It's telling me that this is the baseline for what I'm doing. Sorry, let me reduce the size of this panel. And this now text. I think username is talking like this. Then you go for JLabel, another JLabel. Okay. I think it's 16. So I want to align it with this. I will just pick it and I'll release. If you are moving, you'll be seeing the grid line, but with time we are going to introduce something that will enable you to align. Can you see what it's telling me? That it's okay between the space in between the two. All right. Then let's just say password, right? It's password. So you come down here. This LBL what? Password. Then you come to, this is the text that will be displayed for user. Password. Okay, then you click out. Then we pick JText field. Oh, sorry, the one I used there is not JText field. This is JText field. Okay, JText area. JText field. I have to remove this. I use JText panel. JText field. Clicked. And I click on this. My system is very slow. I don't know. So you see it says text field, right? Just give it txt username. Then you pick the second one. Are you watching time for us? I don't know. But 4 minutes to 4. Time is gone. We didn't start on time and we had issues when we were about to start. Or when we started. So this is password. You can make it txt, but password. Then you change this. Okay, here you don't need if you need kind of something as initializer and tooltip. Do you know tooltip text? When somebody hovers mouse around, it gives you something. You can just create these things, and even for this you can say supply what? Password. So it will display when you run it. It will display on the. Can you see it here? So for this also, I clicked and I want to enter for supply. Okay, username. Thank you. Supply username. So for the username, let me just write a tooltip here. The tooltip may say, please enter the username, the root username. So this, when you hover your mouse around, it will then you pick your button. I think button will be somewhere. Okay, button. Okay, I'm going to make it bigger. Pending your design. Can you see I wanted to align it to the right and it has given me that. So then you rename as it is highlighted. Can you see the name? BTN what? New button. So you say BTN login, if you like, BTN login button or something. And for the text, thank you. Who said it? Like you understood what you're doing here. Don't get yourself confused with the two. This is what displays for the user, and the other one is what you use for your coding. That is what you use at the back end there as a variable name. That is the variable here. So let me see the font. Where is it? Tahoma 10. Let me make it something. Let's see 18. Okay, and save it. Actually, you see this dragging. To me, when I come to the glove application, I don't understand this dragging, putting this. I just write code and finish everything within just. Even though I used to inherit windows, I can inherit a window that is similar to another one and just finish my work. But it's good for us to kind of do something that is. I think since the technology comes with it, can we see this is for background, right? That is the background for the color. And let me see for the I think I was supposed to use white something there. Okay, for this let me see the blue. As in not coming up. Okay, this is not even, can you see background? It is only taking the, can we see how it is? It is only taking the edge. So most likely it is not even the background. It is selected. No, you don't understand. Look at it here at the back. It's not the background. It's at the edge. It's at the edge. So now we have something. Even though this window to me is not all that fantastic, but we're just doing something because of time. Let's run it and see. Okay, and it is displaying. That means it is when you run that it displays. So for this, all right, let me see, can we, for it to be okay, can we add something? Can you see all these things are displayed on the content pane? So if you want to select any, you just click on that and for this the for the background, this let's just use something. Let me use this, and I think when we run it, it's okay. So can you see this is what I'm supposed to use, not on the JFrame, on the content pane. On the content pane. Actually, as I said, I don't use this for my development, but maybe we start doing some things with you. This is something not really nice. In our next class, we're going to design it in a very nice way. If you are using this, sometimes this kind of design is not really doing can you see the tooltip we have entered? Please enter something something. So now let me exit it. For you to add functionality, you double click this button, pump pump twice, and then you wait. All right, can you see it took you to where you are going to add the functionalities? And that's all. So this is our something here. This is what it has generated for us. Can you see? This is not the way we've been doing. That's it. Only that this time around you're not going to do it this way. Actually, in our next class, we are going to introduce a kind of very good UI and looking something. And so this is where you are going to add your functionalities. Here, it has opened an action performed for you. Okay, so you add your functionalities here. You collect what you want to collect. When you execute the button, it runs for you. It is when you click on the button here, it does what we want. So, till it's time, we are even coming for prayer. Let's stop here. But now it's already like an assignment for everyone to develop all these pages we have written on the board. I'm sorry I did not display it on the video here. It is there on the board. You develop them.